Today, you'll learn what to say in English in any store. Ready to shop with confidence?
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep practicing real English with me.
Liam, when people say English at the mall, why does that situation make so many learners nervous?
Because malls create pressure, you see. People feel watched, rushed, and afraid of sounding wrong.
Interesting, but it's just shopping, right? Why does the brain treat it like a test?
Because learners translate in their head and worry about mistakes, so English stops being a tool and becomes a performance.
Wow, that sounds familiar. So the problem isn't vocabulary, it's the situation.
Yeah, most people already know enough words, but they don't know how to use them naturally.
So what actually happens in the brain when I walk into a store and someone talks to me?
Your brain switches to survival mode and searches for perfect grammar instead of simple meaning.
Yes, that panic moment. Is that why people freeze when a salesperson says something basic?
For sure. Even a simple greeting can feel overwhelming when you're translating instead of responding.
Right, like when someone says, "Can I help you?" and my mind goes blank.
That's because you're thinking of 10 possible answers instead of one natural chunk.
So what should I remember first when entering a store?
Remember that greetings are predictable, and you don't need creativity, just familiarity.
Interesting. So what's the most common thing a salesperson says when you walk in?
Usually something like, "Hi there, are you looking for anything in particular?"
Wow, that already sounds stressful. What's the easiest natural response if I'm not sure yet?
You can simply say, "I'm just browsing, thank you," and that's perfectly normal.
That's it? No explanation, no extra words?
Exactly. Short answers sound confident and natural in English.
I always feel like I need to explain my life story.
You see, over-explaining is a sign of insecurity, not politeness.
Interesting. And what if I actually want something specific?
Then you can say, "Yes, I'm looking for jeans, or shoes, or a gift," very directly.
So saying exactly what I want is not rude?
Not at all. It's efficient, and English values clarity over formality.
Wow, that already feels easier. But what if I don't know the exact word?
You can still communicate by naming the category or pointing. Confidence matters more than precision.
Right. So the fear of missing one word shouldn't stop me.
Exactly. Communication is about intention, not perfection.
Okay, I'm inside the store now. What usually comes next?
At some point, you'll need help, especially with size, color, or availability.
That's where I panic again. How do I ask for a size naturally?
You can say, "Do you have this in a size medium?" And that's all.
Interesting. No please, no long sentence?
Please is optional, and the tone of your voice already sounds polite.
Wow, English really is more relaxed than I thought.
Of course, politeness comes from simplicity, not complexity.
And what if I want a different color?
You can ask, "Does this come in any other colors?"
Haha, that sounds so easy now. Why didn't anyone teach this before?
Because many courses focus on grammar rules instead of real spoken patterns.
You see, that explains a lot. What about checking if something is available?
You can ask, "Is this item in stock?" which is very common.
Interesting. And if they don't have it?
Then the conversation continues naturally, and you just respond, not analyze.
Right. So the key is reacting, not preparing.
Exactly. Natural English lives in reaction.
Okay, now comes the fitting room, which feels like another challenge.
Yes, but again, the language here is very predictable.
What's the easiest way to ask where the fitting rooms are?
You can say, "Where are the fitting rooms?" Or, "Can I try this on?"
Wow, both sound simple and polite.
Because they are, and staff hear them all day long.
Inside the fitting room, how do I explain the size problem?
You can say, "It's a bit too tight," or "It's too loose."
Interesting. No fancy adjectives needed?
For sure, simple adjectives are more natural in spoken English.
And if I want another size?
You can say, "Do you have the next size up?" or "the next size down."
I love how logical that sounds.
You see? English often mirrors common sense.
Then comes the decision moment, which feels awkward sometimes.
Yes, but even that has very natural chunks.
How do I say I want to buy it without sounding robotic?
Just say, "I'll take it," which sounds confident and final.
Wow, that's powerful. And if I don't want it?
You can say, "I think I'll pass on this one, thanks."
Interesting. That sounds polite but firm.
Exactly. English allows you to be clear without being rude.
Now let's talk about price, because that makes me nervous too.
That's normal. But again, the phrases are very straightforward.
What's the easiest way to ask if something is cheaper?
You can ask, "Is this on sale?"
I always tried to say something much longer.
And that only increases stress, not clarity.
What if I want to ask about a discount?
You can say, "Is there a discount on this item?"
Interesting. And returns? I always forget how to ask that.
You can ask, "What is your return policy?" which is very important.
Right? Especially when I'm not sure.
Yeah, asking that shows confidence and awareness.
Okay, now I'm ready to pay, which feels like the final test.
And yet, it's the most predictable part of all.
What does the cashier usually ask first?
Often they ask, "Would you like a bag?"
Wow, and the answer can just be yes please or no thanks?
For sure. Short answers sound the most natural here.
Then they ask about rewards programs, right?
Yes, usually something like, "Are you a member of our rewards program?"
And if I'm not?
You can simply say, "No, I'm not," with no explanation.
Huh, I'm noticing a pattern here.
You see? Confidence comes from not overthinking.
How do I say how I want to pay?
You can say, "I'd like to pay by credit card," or "by cash."
Interesting. And gift receipts?
You can ask, "Could I get a gift receipt, please?"
Wow, all of this feels manageable now.
Yeah, once you stop translating, English becomes functional.
So the real lesson isn't shopping, it's mindset, right?
Exactly. The mall is just a practice ground for natural communication.
And every interaction builds confidence instead of fear.
That's right. And confidence grows when you trust simple chunks.
I feel like something just clicked for me.
That's the breakthrough moment, when English stops being heavy.
So if I remember only one thing today, what should it be?
Don't translate. Trust the chunks and stay present.
Liam, now that I see these situations clearly, why does practicing in places like the mall help so much?
Because the mall is real life, you see? Your brain learns faster when English solves a real need.
Interesting. So it's not about studying more, but using English differently.
Of course, usage creates fluency, not memorization.
Wow, that changes everything. Why do mistakes feel less scary in these moments?
Because the goal becomes communication, not correctness.
Right. When I focus on being understood, I relax.
And relaxed brains speak more naturally.
I noticed that when I use short answers, people respond better.
Exactly. Short, clear responses sound confident and professional.
I used to think longer was better.
Many learners think that, but English rewards clarity.
So these phrases aren't magic, they're just common.
Yes, and common language is powerful language.
Interesting. Is that why native speakers sound confident even with simple words?
Yeah, confidence comes from familiarity, not complexity.
When I stop translating, I feel faster.
That's because translation adds delay and doubt.
Wow, I can feel the difference already.
You see? Fluency is a feeling before it's a skill.
So every small interaction is training my brain.
Exactly. Each interaction strengthens your natural response system.
And even if I make a mistake, it doesn't ruin the moment.
Most people don't notice mistakes. They notice confidence.
Interesting. That takes so much pressure off.
Pressure disappears when perfection is no longer the goal.
I'm realizing English doesn't need to sound impressive.
It needs to sound human.
Right? Human, clear, and relaxed.
For sure. That's how real communication works.
So going to the mall becomes a practice session.
Yes, a low-risk, high-impact practice space.
I like that idea. It feels doable.
Doable habits are the ones that stick.
If someone freezes mid-sentence, what should they do?
Pause, breathe, and continue with simple words.
Interesting. Silence isn't a failure then.
Silence is just thinking time, not a mistake.
Wow, that's comforting.
Confidence grows when you allow yourself space.
So English stops feeling like a performance.
And starts feeling like interaction.
I noticed that once I answer one question, the rest flows.
Exactly. One sentence opens the door.
That explains why starting is the hardest part.
Yes, the first response breaks the fear cycle.
So if learners want to improve fast, what should they do daily?
Use one chunk per day in real life.
Just one?
One is enough when used consistently.
That sounds realistic.
Sustainable practice beats intense study.
Any final message for everyone watching?
Today you discovered that English doesn't live in rules. It lives in real moments, like walking into a store and simply responding.
Wow, so all those small situations actually matter.
Exactly. Every greeting, question, and answer trains your brain to speak naturally.
Interesting. It means fluency is built step by step.
Yes, fluency grows from daily use, not from waiting to feel ready.
I noticed that simple phrases carried the whole conversation.
That's because simple language creates clarity and confidence.
Right. It wasn't about sounding impressive at all.
Exactly. Real English is clear, human, and effective.
So today we learned how to greet, ask for help, talk about sizes, prices, and check out without panic.
Yes, and you learned that these situations follow patterns you can trust.
English finally feels predictable instead of random.
And predictability removes fear.
Wow, that explains why I feel calmer now.
Calm minds speak better, you see.
I also learned that mistakes don't stop communication.
They rarely do, especially when your intention is clear.
Interesting. Confidence really comes from action.
Exactly. Confidence follows usage, not perfection.
So, was waiting to feel fluent actually slowing my progress?
Yes, because fluency begins the moment you decide to speak anyway.
Can English really be part of daily life, not just study time?
Absolutely. That's when learning becomes natural.
When does English stop feeling like a school subject?
when you start using it as a tool to connect, not to perform.
Does speaking a little every day really change things?
Yes, small and consistent use builds real fluency.
Why does perfection create so much pressure?
Because perfection blocks flow, while trust allows speech.
So, what is the main lesson learners should remember?
Choose fluency over perfection and trust your voice.
Wow, that changes how I see learning English.
And that mindset changes results.
This feels like the start of something new.
It is, because fluency grows when you keep showing up.
And what's coming next for learners watching?
In the next video, we'll go deeper into how real English is actually spoken, how to stop overthinking completely, and how trusting your voice transforms your confidence.
Interesting. That's exactly what learners struggle with.
Then keep speaking a little every day. Use what you learned here.
So, see you there.
Bye!